Okay, howdy everybody. This is kind of weird having two streams in one day, but you know what? We're here. Hi, what's up? Let me see where was it? There we go. Hey, what's up? So yeah, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. It's not going to be necessarily a normal like a riffing. I mean, we're gonna probably play some Metallica covers or whatnot, but it's not gonna be like the normal stream. So sorry, I'm adjusting the mic. Okay, there we go. You can deal with a few bumps along the road, right? So what we're gonna be doing today is playing my very first guitar. You know, I was sitting here the other day. It was my birthday the other day, which I think I mentioned on stream. We didn't really do anything like big here other than, you know, hop in and play some more video games, right? But, you know, most of the time, you guys hear me play my main guitar, Mercy, which is a Ltd James Hetfield snakebite. But after my birthday, I kind of realized something. I've been playing guitar for over 20 years now. And I only just now realized this because the guitar that I am playing today, you might already notice, sounds a little bit different. Now, I've got a different preset in here right now, so that's a little bit of it. But yeah, it sounds a little bit different. This was my very first guitar. Not my first. I mean, I had like one of those cheap Walmart guitars, right? That didn't even have a full fretboard or whatever. It only had like 20 frets, so I couldn't even play most of the songs that I really wanted to play. This is my first real guitar, and it was my present for my 18th birthday, way back in the day. It is a Kirk Hammett 203 Ltd. You can see there's a running theme with the guitars that I really like, right? Yeah, so this was my first one, and it was a fantastic guitar for playing in high school. Like, for my first real guitar, like, hey, our son is actually like sticking with this. Maybe he should get a decent guitar this time. Yeah, it's been a journey. I only just now realized it because I am just like realizing like this guitar's 20 years old now. It's hard to think about, but it's true. So I thought we'd get in here, and I didn't really know what exactly I wanted to do with this, but I figured it's time that I played this on stream and given it a little bit of a workout. It badly needs some work done on it. I mean, it's in good condition overall, but you know, one of the nuts in the Floyd Rose bridge kind of pops out every now and then. I think it got rusted at some point. So yeah, if one of these strings breaks while I'm tuning it, I don't know what we'll do because I don't have any spares. But most of the time, it's just the B string likes to pop out, and I have to like fight to get it back in, but I can eventually do it. It's not breaking the string; it's just really annoying, right? I changed the strings on this not too long ago, so I'm not super concerned with it, but you never know. But yeah, I thought we'd just get in here, and I would tune it up a little bit and just kind of go through some basics just to get it some playing time. Like, I love my snakebite, I really do, but you always have a little bit of that sentimentality for your first guitar. You know, there's a lot of things like as I've played more that have kind of annoyed me a little bit with this one. The Floyd Rose bridge especially. Like, it's great for professional musicians that have professional, you know, guitar techs. Much less so when you're doing it on your own and have to constantly do this thing, right? Yeah. I mean, overall, it seems like it's stayed in tune pretty well. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the Floyd Rose stuff, right? See, there we go. See there, I knew it was gonna happen eventually. There we go. There's the one. And this is the one that likes to pop out, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this without this thing just jettisoning itself into my face. But you know, that's the price you pay for letting this thing to get, you know, soaked in rain or whatever over the years. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It sounds kind of odd. Like, I don't know if this tuner's a little weird on it. I don't really use this tuner all that much, but it's not as much fun if, you know, I don't have you guys here with me, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, like the little bits of rubber around the tuning heads, like getting a little out there. Like this one's kind of poking me while I'm trying to tune it a little bit. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to do this on my actual tuner because I really can't. This thing's just not accurate enough. I can't tell what's up with it. So give me just a second here. Oh God, I'm like tripping over all of my wires. I really need a better setup. Oh Jesus. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, so I think, well, sort of. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, this thing is fairly annoying. It is what it is in terms of the Floyd Rose and all of that, but I mean, it was my first guitar. It was my baby. This thing has been with me across the country. I mean, it's been all over the place over the years. So, you know, it was time. Oh, maybe that's why. These nuts are actually loose enough. There we go. Like, I don't know if you know much about a Floyd Rose. You know, I'm sure the actual guitarists out there that are watching are like, oh yeah, I know the Floyd Rose. If you don't, it is a tuning system that keeps everything on the fretboard locked. Like you lock it down at the bridge, and then at the headstock, there's also these little nuts that you've got to lock down with an Allen wrench to also keep it like suspended there. And it keeps tension across all of the strings equally. So when you essentially when you're you know, tuning one string up, all of the others are going to be tuned down slightly and vice versa. So you basically have to bounce between your highest and lowest strings as you tune it, to try and keep it as even as possible. It's like the best way that I can explain it. There's a little bit more involved if you really know what you're doing. You got to open up the back of the guitar and like take a screwdriver to keep the bridge flat. I'm not professional enough to really worry about it all that much. Once it's tuned, it's great. You know, if you're someone that is, you know, keeping most of your songs within one tuning, they're fantastic. Like this thing will stay in this tune without really losing a whole lot for a very, very long time. I mean, the strings will get old, so if you're doing a lot of bends and stuff, that'll go out of tune as you're bending, but for the most part, I mean, your tuning stays pretty nice and even, which is you know, kind of the whole joy of it, I guess. But yeah, it's a very complicated system. I didn't really realize that at the time. I was just like, oh man, Kirk Hammett in Metallica plays this. So yeah, this is gonna be perfect for me, right? And you know, I learned a lot on this guitar. So I figured today we're gonna get in here and play it a little bit. And this thing is really out of tune now that I've actually got it unlocked a bit. Wow. I'm really worried that one of these is gonna pop out and just smack me in the face. Wait. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost getting there. I'm almost getting there. Just bear with me. I'm down a bit. E. Up. Okay, and there's the tricky one. Here's the tricky one. This one has always been really weird for me. Like, this is also the guitar where I kind of realized, like, I'll never be a lead guitarist. Because, yeah, I don't know, something about it. The neck is pretty deep compared to what I like to play. Which is kind of odd. You'd think Kirk Hammett, like, okay, you'd think he'd want like a really shallow, super fast neck. It's really not. I mean, it's not super deep, but it's not exactly thin either, I guess you could say. D, there you go. Ooh, we're almost there. We're almost there. In this one, like, I just tried searching like eBay for it just a bit ago. I wasn't finding anything. I found a couple of the other Kirk Hammett series from that generation. The 202, I think, was one. Oh, but I could not find any more of these. This was like 450 or something like that when it was brand new. I don't believe they make them anymore, the 203s. It's it's got kind of the Les Paul style body, which is what makes it a little bit different. Most of the Kirk Hammett stuff that you see nowadays has more of the Stratocaster type of body. This one has the Les Paul, very round. And, you know, it's got the kind of super edgy stuff on it. You know, the fretboard has the spiders and the skull and crossbone stuff, which is, which in, you know, high school days, I thought was just the most badass thing ever, right? Like, oh boy, yeah, look at how metal this guitar is. Look, it's got these little skulls. Oh my god. And nowadays it's like, okay, it's kind of cheesy, but you know, a lot of Kirk's guitars are kind of cheesy. You got that one that's got the Ouija board on it, probably one of his more famous ones, and one of the more famous ones that's not greeny, I guess. All right, I think we are tuned. All right, I'm gonna get this in here. Sound too bad. It's still got that fuzz. I mean, it's got the same issues. I think it might be the cable. So some of that is going to be is going to be because of the digital stuff. Yeah. I think it sounds still pretty good. 20 years I've been playing this thing, and I think it still sounds pretty sweet. You know, considering how rusted this Floyd Rose has gotten over the years, it's got a pretty big scratch on the body that I'm not sure where it came from. The thing's all black. It doesn't have any decoration or anything like that on it, so it's kind of hard to see the scratch. It's not deep enough where it's exposing the wood, but like, I know it's there. I know it's there. It bothers me. But yeah, I think it still sounds pretty good running it through this. I mean, it doesn't quite have the kick that the Snakebite does. I mean, the Snakebite, speaking of, I finally bought some new batteries for it, so, you know, it's got those active pickups. This one, they're just passive pickups. They're just, what are they? They're EMG 81s, I think? Yeah, I think one's an EMG 81, and I think the other one's an 83. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it still sounds pretty good. You know, for being my first guitar, you know, being the guitar that I played at a very, very bad talent show in high school, where we just made fools of ourselves. Because some of us like ska, I liked metal and insisted on playing Inner Sandman, but I couldn't sing and play at the same time. The dude that handled all of the, like, setup forgot a cable somewhere, so we were like an hour late going onto the stage waiting for this guy to get his cable. It was bad. It was bad. That's the only time I have ever played with a band in front of someone, and thankfully the only evidence is an old VHS tape that I don't even know if we can find an actual working VCR player to do anything with it, right? I mean, you can kind of tell it doesn't have the sustain that my Snakebite has. Like, you can definitely tell. I mean, this is the same setup that I use on the Snakebite, and it definitely does not have that sustain or that punch. But I mean, it still sounds pretty good, right? Like, I think it does. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of the stuff that I normally play, and I mean, I think it still sounds good. I do. I think it still sounds pretty good. All things considered, as old as this guitar is, I think it still sounds pretty good. Let's try some of my other presets here. See, this one doesn't have the equalizer built onto it, so it'll be a little bit hollower. You can kind of tell, but that's not necessarily a bad thing if you're trying to go with that old school garage sound, right? Oh god, that string's about ready to pop out. You can tell. That one's about ready to snap. Did you just hear that? Did you just hear how much that just dropped? That was just one bend. That was just one bend. And now we're like in B tuning, right? Yeah, that's not good. Which is odd because this guitar, like I said, I changed the strings on it not too long ago because I went through... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, that's bad. I don't even know what happened. Either it's about ready to pop out or it's about ready to snap. And I'm not entirely sure which one. I hope it's just gonna pop out because I don't want this thing to pop me in the face, right? Well, all right. Well, that's why we're doing this stream, is so I can, you know, test these things out. This is what happens when you don't play a guitar for a few years. Because it's been about that. It's been a while. I would break it out every now and then just to like play a riff or so, and just to make sure that the neck is getting a little bit of, you know, action on it. Yeah, not really nearly enough to truly keep it in shape. You know, you got to play guitars if you got them. Like if they're going to be strung up, you want to make sure that you're playing them. For a lot of different reasons. Mostly the tension on the neck. You want to make sure that it's kind of like oil in the car, right? You don't want the oil to be sitting there all the time. So it's kind of the same way here. Like, you don't want your strings to just be sitting there tied to the neck, because that's tension. And, you know, if you go a really, really long time, that can potentially end up bending or damaging the neck. If it's strung too high. Most of the time, it won't be too big of an issue. Just because most of the time when strings start going out of tune, they end up lowering tension. But you got to be careful, you know. And you know, just normal things. Humidity, rust, dust. You want to make sure it's getting cleaned off every now and then. Now go get that guitar oil. Alright. I think we're good. I think we're back to normal, but I got no clue what just happened with that string. I really, truly don't. One band and just went completely out, and you know that's normal on old strings, but usually not to that extreme, and especially not on strings that are still fairly new. I've barely played on these. They're D'Addario 10s, I think is what I saw whenever I opened up my case. That's usually what I play. I might switch over to Ernie Balls. But yeah, there we go. Tuning a little bit. Like, that's so loud. That's so loud. There you go. Now you can't hear it at all. Okay. Well, you know. That's just how things happen, I guess. I don't know. Like something is still off. Something is still off in there, right? It's not just me, I don't think. I think you guys can tell it. There you go. No, I think I'm getting a little less fuzz though. That's good. Sounds yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's up with it. Let's see. It's a little bit better. A little bit better. I definitely don't remember it playing that that low on the fretboard, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, this E is just really, it is not staying in tune at all. Wow. I got nothing. I could have sworn that I stretched everything. Like more than enough. Yeah. Look at that. Half step down already. It's a half step down. I mean, I don't mind a half step down if it's, you know, song appropriate, I guess. You know, but yeah, I don't know what's up with it. So, man. Let's see here. I mean, you know, if I can't get this thing to stay in tune, our only other option might be to just switch over to my other one, you know, which I'm not opposed to doing, but. Yeah, it's like every bend it's going down just a little bit more. I think, yeah, I really just need to replace the Floyd Rose on this thing. It's not too hard to do, I don't think. I've never really done it, but I don't think it's supposed to be all that bad. But yeah, and some new strings. I just need to go out and buy some new strings. So, but you know, it's nice to kind of break this one out. It's been a while. It's been a while. Its name is Cinderella, named after someone I knew way back in the day. So yeah, you might hear Cinderella on stream every now and then. But I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with this string first. Either it's about ready to break or something's wrong with the Floyd Rose. Because, yeah, it really shouldn't be giving me that many problems. So give me a moment. We're going to switch it up. And, yeah, go from there. All right, give me a second to get through all of my wires here. Oh God, I just need a better setup. I need to not have my back against this wall and to be in an apartment that actually has more than one wall of plugins. There you go. Okay, I think we're in now. We're in hacker voice. There you go. And get back to my main one here. Okay. Much better. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like. Let's turn down the preamp a little bit. Turn down the preamp volume. Keep the master up. I think that preamp volume is probably where a lot of my fuzz is coming from. Which is odd, but that's fine. We'll just have to deal with it as we can. Maybe that preamp is what's giving me my reverb that I want. It's just, yeah, I'm not getting that sustain that I'm used to. That's what I want is my sustain, and I'm not getting it. You can already tell the difference. You can already tell the difference just between the active and the passive pickups. But yeah, just I'm kind of worried about the other one. You know, but I mean, she's 20 years old. She's 20 years old. I mean, it's bound that needs some cleaning up here and there, especially when teenage me was not exactly the best at keeping care of the things that were very pricey. Nowadays, this guitar, the one that I'm playing now, Mercy, she's well taken care of. She is locked tight in her case and cleaned after every use, and yeah, it's I'm just driven. So yeah, I think that'll be all for today. It was just, I don't know. It's very rare for me to do 2 streams in one day, but I really wanted to break out Cinderella and play a little bit and see what's going on. But now I think I've got more questions than I have answers. But it's been a while since I've done anything guitar related on here, so I figured it'd just be a nice, quick, short stream. But yeah, it's just hard to think about. It's just weird to think about. Not necessarily hard. It's not hard to think about anything. I think about a lot of dumb stuff. But it's just the fact that I've had that guitar for 20 years. And it's been through a lot with me. But yeah. If only I'd gotten any better at actually playing over those 20 years, maybe things would be different. But nah. Thanks a ton for hanging out with me. I mean, I know it was kind of a weird guitar stream compared to normal where I just kind of do whatever, but I really wanted to get a little bit of tune-up work done on it. Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with that string. I'll probably just end up having to buy some new ones, but I think in the game I'm gonna have to replace the Floyd Rose bridge, so that's not gonna be fun. But thankfully Mercy here is still going strong, so yeah, not gonna have any issues. Not gonna have any issues with this one for a while. long time since I played Disposable Heroes. That might be something to learn for next time. But yeah, I'm gonna go rest my hands. I'm gonna try and figure out what's going on with the strings and Cinderella and try and get that fixed. But tomorrow, probably go buy some new strings. But we'll be back tomorrow with some more FF8 or something or other. Who knows? But thanks a ton for hanging out with me. This was just kind of a random thought, random gorilla stream that just kind of came to me. Like, you know, if I'm gonna be doing this stuff anyways, I might as well just stream it and just see what happens. It was a little weird, but we got it done. To have a good night, everybody.